Okay, let's go through the checklist one more time, shall we?
Okay.
Armor?
Check.
Padding?
Check.
Bricks to throw at other people?
Check.
Excellent. Now we can commute to work.
Check. Wait, what?
Shockway Rider is one of those strange games you see every now and again that takes dystopian themes and applies them to situations that would otherwise make for a frightfully dull game. The premise on this one is pretty simple. Go for a ride on the subway. That's it basically. Problem is, the subway is now a dangerous hellhole full of horrible people, and all of those people want you dead. The first thing you'll notice about this game, and we are playing the Amstrad CPC version here, is that the music is annoying. The actual tune is rather catchy, and I like it, but oh my goodness, what is that drum line supposed to be about? It sounds like someone tried to digitize a guy knocking down a wall. Way to fail, guys. Way to fail. The game itself is rather fun, once you've turned the sound down. And by the way, you're not going to be missing anything if you do that. There are no sound effects, just the music, so feel free to turn the sound down if it's getting on your nerves, and it will do. Aside from the sound, the play area scrolls very smoothly and the controls are responsive. It's actually a pleasure to play. Now, it's obvious that this has been achieved by severely restricting the play area and covering the rest of the screen with a very garish brick texture. But oh well, at least they tried. It's bright, it's cartoonish, and it works, and results in a game that's fast, responsive, and fun. So is the C64 version, by the way, which I think is likely the development version given its speed and the title screen weirdness. I mean, come on, that's Bruce Lee right there, isn't it? Why is he here? I haven't a clue. Anyway, the C64 version fares very well. The music is much nicer here. The SID chip is handling the drumline much better than the CPC did, through the magic of not making it so loud it obscures the rest of the tune. There are still no sound effects, however, it's just the tune. Gameplay-wise, it fares as well as the CPC did. It's a smooth-running, fast-paced game that's very simple to get into and enjoy, which brings me back to the plot of the game. There isn't one. You're playing a guy who's riding the Shockway, which appears to be some kind of futuristic subway system composed entirely of those moving conveyor belt floors that you find at airports. Either the local thugs have taken over the Shockway and don't want you using it, or there's some kind of disease outbreak going on that turns everyone into violent monsters because getting from A to B in this game world seems to be impossible. I'm going to go with the outbreak interpretation, since sometimes normal people will explode and turn into thugs, seemingly at random. You can only defend yourself by throwing bricks found at the side of the Shockway. You use these by pressing the fire button while aiming left or right to lob the brick at other people. You can throw them at enemies or at random people, which actually helps you to clear a path when you need to escape in a hurry, but remember to keep a close eye on the number of bricks that you're carrying because you'll run out very quickly and it's sometimes a long wait before you can grab some more. So okay, let's address the brick issue. Why are there piles of bricks by the side of the Shockway? Is it still under construction? Are they stockpiles provided by concerned citizens that are eager to combat the thug problem? And if so, who are they? Who is maintaining these piles of bricks? Are the thugs stockpiling the bricks? If so, why don't they throw them as well? Because they don't, you know. They just slice the top of your head off. Yeah, I'm not kidding. They just cut the top of your head off. These guys don't mess around. This game is sick. So let's move on to a nicer subject before I throw up. The Spectrum version has a nice layout. Unlike the full screen layout of the C64 version, or the tiny gaming area on the CPC that's basically a scaled down C64 rendition, the Spectrum has opted for an effect that gives some nice depth to the game. You'll notice there's no music on the Spectrum version, it's all just blips and chirps. That's a shame because the rest of the game is pretty good, although I did notice a small problem of actually throwing bricks on this version. Maybe that's just me not being too good with the timing of pressing fire and using the direction controls. All in all, this is a great game on all three systems. It's not one that'll keep you coming back for more in the long term, but as something where you just load it up for 5 or 10 minutes of play every now and again, it's pretty good. There's barely any plot, but the gameplay's here, and the difficulty level, well, it's decent, verging on quite difficult. That's good enough to keep me playing, and I think you'll like it too. The graphics are nice on whatever version you play, with the CPC definitely having the boldest colours, although they also have a weird choice of colours for the enemies, since they all look like bespeckled nerds, whereas in the other versions they look like retro-futuristic thugs. I don't know what's going on there, but whichever works for you. Sprite scaling is great, which gives a lovely sense of depth to the game. The Spectrum version definitely wins out on that one thanks to its effective use of a pseudo 3D diorama look to the playing field. It's a nice effect and it really does work well. Out of the three, the C64 version has the worst look to it. It has a drab colour scheme for the characters, and okay, I realise the C64's dull palette was limited compared to the bright colour schemes of the other two versions, but other games did a lot better with their colour choices, and the other two versions didn't use a garish checkered pattern for the Shockway as well. That really didn't help the C64 win out here. All in all, this is a fairly simple game when you get down to it. It's your standard dodge 'em up with some shooter trappings, and for what it is, it does well. Give it a try if you have 5 minutes to spare, and I think you'll actually quite enjoy it. Okay, that's really all we've got time for this week, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked this, and if you did, remember to click that like button, share it with your friends so that they'll know a good game when they see it, and do subscribe for future videos, because there will be more in the future. But until next time, I've been Zoe Kirk-Robinson, you've been watching GameHammer on the Not Mouse channel, and I'll see you later. Today's video is brought to you by my graphic novels, The Collected Life of Nobty Mouse, Volume 1, All Over the House, Volume 1, and All Over the House, Volume 2. Thank you.